Good morning, World Changers. It's day 87 of the 100 Days of Self-Discovery Challenge. Now, today's question is quite an emotive question, but it's a good one to ask. So the question is, what is one regret you do not want to have in your lifetime? So again, what is one regret you do not want to have in your lifetime? Now, the thing about regret is something only ever becomes a regret when it's too late to change it or to address it or deal with it. So this is a fantastic question for addressing those niggles, those things that you've always wanted to do, the person you might want to apologise to or make amends to or make it up with, whatever it may be. If you still have time, you still have the opportunity, you're still able to do it, then absolutely do it, because regret is a horrible emotion, it's a horrible feeling. The thing is, with regret, we should always remember that we're always just doing the best that we can, given the circumstances that we find ourselves in, with the current knowledge, wisdom, experience and resources that we have. So you need to be kind to yourself. However, if you have developed yourself to a point where you do have more resources, more wisdom, more knowledge, and you can address the situation to change it from a regret into a lesson and something that's more empowering for both you and maybe another person that it may involve, because sometimes, often with regret, I often think it often includes other people, things that we've said that we wish we hadn't, or it's things that we wish we had done, job opportunities or places we wish we had visited or people we'd wished we'd seen, that kind of thing. So to help you with this review, a couple of further questions. So once you've identified something that you want to ensure does not happen in your lifetime, a regret that does not happen, think about how you're going to prevent it. What is the action you are going to take to ensure that you do not have this regret? Think about when you are going to take that action, get clear on it. Think about the resources or the support or what you need to put in place, what's the foundations you need to get right. If it is involving another person, somebody you want to make amends with or clear the air with, just be prepared that just because you've come to that place of acceptance and moving forward, or, you've come to peace with it, doesn't mean that the other person has, and you may not get the response that you want. But always remember, you have done what's right, or you believe to be true, to be right by your own values and belief systems, and you've done what's right for you. So you can't control the other person's response. So as long as you're in keeping with your own core values and you're doing it for the right reasons, with the right intentions, then you have truly served yourself and you've done the best that you can. That's what it's about. Think about, what would be the response if you did take this action. How would it improve your life? The difference would it make? What's the ripple effect? It might be that it just gives you peace of mind, and there is nothing more powerful and empowering than having peace of mind. Like I said, doing the right thing, doing it with the right intentions, not doing it just to be right, because I spoke about this on one of my other videos, to get the other upper hand. None of that. That's not the right intention. If you are doing it with a good core values of putting something right, admitting that you might be wrong, you made a mistake, you didn't do the right thing, and you want to make amends with that, then that's, or even if it's not admitting you're wrong, but just wanting to clear the air and put it both behind you, whatever it might be. Regret, it covers a whole monopoly of things. It could be, God only knows what it might be. But if it, regret is something that I witnessed firsthand with my dad. My dad was given 6 weeks to live. He burst into tears and said, you know, he was too young to die, he had still too much to do. And I remember, you know, once my dad had passed away and, you know, going through the grieving process, once I sort of come through that, I remember thinking, if I can learn anything from this painful experience, it's going to be that is not going to be my legacy. I'm not going to lie on my deathbed regretting the things that I didn't do and I didn't try. And, you know, I made a pact to myself to do that. However, I allowed life to get caught up once again, and, you know, 10, 11 years later, I'm getting hit with the same brutal life lesson when my mum and sister are both diagnosed with terminal cancer within 4 months of each other, and I was not thriving at life at all at that point. And I remember thinking, how have I become so complacent at life? Now, the reason we become complacent at life is because we end up just reacting to it. If we do not have a personal development practice like this self-discovery challenge, you know, taking time out each and every day for a bit of self-care to look at where we're going, what we're about, what we stand for. Is our life heading in the direction that we want? Is our health heading in the direction we want? Are the choices we are making each and every day creating the future that we want? If we do not stop and reflect on this, life will just happen and it will react. We will end up reacting to life rather than creating it, rather than designing it. That is what's happening. And, you know, you could be like my dad, getting to the end of your life, suddenly being diagnosed with a terminal illness, told you've got weeks to live. Now, I know that sounds very morbid, and, you know, it was one of the most painful experiences in my life. If I can prevent anybody else going through that, then that's my dream. This is why I do what I do, because I've seen it firsthand. I know, I've experienced it firsthand. I know how painful it is, and I don't want anybody else to ever suffer like that. So that's why I do this. This is why I'm so evangelical about personal development. This is why I do what I do, and I do this, and I probably come across in my videos very evangelical, but it's because I absolutely want the best for you. So I hope you want the best for yourself too. So I look forward to your reflections. Take action today, write down what you want to prevent, and make the steps to creating that making sure that that doesn't happen, and take the steps to avert it. Remember, it's like driving a car, a few tweaks to the left and you go off in a couple of different directions, a few tweaks to the right and you go off in a completely different direction. So the choice is you. Do you go left, on the left side of the road, or on the right side of the road? So I look forward to your reflections. As always, you can share them in the comments below. You can join our personal development Facebook group, which is private and free, and you can record a video like this of your review, or you can take a photograph of your journal entry. But make sure, if you're not comfortable sharing, make sure that you do this for yourself at least, and write in your journal every day and go and discover what you're about, where you want your life to go, and start changing your world. So, love you all, take care, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.